In the early 20th century, a composer emerged from Russia, whose music and life blurred the boundaries between genius and madness, art and the occult. Alexander Scriabin was no ordinary musician. He was a mystic who believed that his compositions could unlock hidden realms beyond human comprehension. Scriabin's fascination with theosophy and mysticism led him to create what he called the mystical chord, a sound meant to evoke transcendental experiences and connect listeners with the divine. He envisioned his music as a gateway, capable of transforming consciousness and even influencing the fate of the world. His final work, the enigmatic Symphony No. 7, dubbed the White Mass, was said to be a sonic ritual intended to bring about a cosmic transformation. Scriabin predicted it would end the world as we know it, replacing it with a new spiritual reality. But it was not just his music that was shrouded in mystery. Accounts from musicians and historians describe eerie occurrences linked to Scriabin's compositions. Pianists reported sudden chills and unexplained shadows while playing his pieces. Some claimed to hear ghostly whispers and haunting melodies echoing long after the last note faded. There's even a tale of a concert in Paris where the audience was reportedly gripped by an inexplicable fear, as if unseen forces were present in the hall. Scriabin's life itself ended under strange circumstances. He died at only 43, after a seemingly minor illness that many believe was accelerated by his intense obsession with the supernatural. To this day, his music attracts those fascinated by the occult, paranormal investigators, and spiritual seekers. Scriabin's legacy is not just in notes and melodies, but in the haunting questions his life and art continue to pose. Can music truly bridge the gap between this world and the next? And what dangers lie in trying to summon forces beyond our understanding? Welcome to the Glimp. Throughout history, artists have always been inspired by forces beyond the ordinary, muses, emotions, even the supernatural. But what happens when the inspiration goes beyond imagination, and into the realm of the paranormal? From guitar players who claimed their melodies were whispered by spirits, to pop stars haunted by the very creations they brought to life. These are the stories of haunted artists. Creators whose work and lives have been touched by the unexplainable, blurring the lines between art and the supernatural. In this video, we dive deep into chilling tales of composers, rock legends, writers, and modern visionaries who all share one eerie connection: the ghosts behind their genius. Some artists flirt with darkness. But the following band lived in it. Formed in Norway in 1984, Mayhem wasn't just a black metal band, they were the birthplace of a musical movement soaked in blood, fire, and death. Known for raw, demonic soundscapes and apocalyptic lyrics, their legacy is more than music, it's tragedy, obsession, and the occult. In the early 1990s, Mayhem's lead vocalist, a troubled Swedish teenager named Per Yngve Ohlin, performed under the name Dead. And it wasn't just a stage name. Dead believed he was not human. He buried his clothes to rot before wearing them on stage. He kept dead birds in jars, inhaling their stench to smell death. On stage, he would self-harm with knives and glass, bleeding out in front of stunned crowds. In 1991, Dead took his own life by shotgun in a remote Norwegian cabin. But the horror didn't end there. Instead of calling the police, Mayhem guitarist Euronymous, the band's founder, took photographs of the body. One of these photos would later be used as the cover of a bootleg Mayhem album titled Dawn of the Black Hearts. Rumors spread that Euronymous collected fragments of Dead's skull and made necklaces out of them, which he allegedly gave to close friends. Some even claimed he cooked parts of Dead's brain, a claim never confirmed, but widely believed in the black metal underground. The band spiraled further into chaos. Within 2 years, Euronymous was dead too, murdered by another black metal musician, Varg Vikernes, who had joined Mayhem as bassist. Vikernes stabbed him 23 times in an act both personal and symbolic, allegedly over money, ego, and ideology. Varg was arrested. Churches were burning across Norway. Mayhem became synonymous not just with black metal, but with evil itself. The band's surviving members later reformed, releasing music that critics call possessed, marked by raw violence and eerie atmospheres. But the legacy of Mayhem is more than distortion and growls, it's a true crime horror story, a musical seance that summoned real death. Even now, fans speak of seeing shadows at early concerts, feeling cursed after listening to rare recordings, or being unable to shake the dread from that infamous album cover. At the crossroads of myth and reality stands the haunting tale of Robert Johnson, a blues guitarist whose talent was so extraordinary, it sparked one of the most enduring legends in music history. Born in the early 1900s in Mississippi, Johnson's life was as mysterious as his music. According to folklore, Johnson vanished for months as a young man, only to return with an uncanny mastery of the guitar, unlike anything the world had heard before. The story goes that he made a pact with the devil at a lonely crossroads, trading his soul for the gift of unparalleled musical genius. This chilling legend explains the haunting sound of his songs, which seem to echo with sorrow, temptation, and otherworldly power. His recordings, made in just a few sessions before his untimely death at age 27, carry an eerie weight. Songs like Crossroad Blues and Me and the Devil Blues are steeped in dark imagery and cryptic warnings. But the mystery deepens. Johnson's death remains unexplained, rumored to be the result of poisoning by a jealous husband, or perhaps a curse unleashed by his infernal deal. Even decades later, musicians and fans report strange experiences when playing his music, from sudden chills to ghostly whispers, as if Robert Johnson's spirit lingers in the shadows of the blues, forever bound to the crossroads where he made his fateful deal. Robert Johnson is more than a legend. He's a haunting reminder of the price of genius, and the dark forces that sometimes walk hand in hand with creativity. Few contemporary artists blur the lines between music, art, and the supernatural, like Lady Gaga. Known for her bold visuals and boundary-pushing performances, Gaga openly embraces spiritual and paranormal themes that have fascinated fans and critics alike. From early in her career, Gaga has woven occult symbolism and mystical imagery into her music videos, stage designs, and fashion. But beyond the aesthetics, she has spoken candidly about personal experiences that many would call paranormal, encounters that have shaped her creativity and public persona. In interviews, Gaga has described moments of spiritual awakening and otherworldly inspiration, claiming that her work is guided by unseen forces and that she feels deeply connected to energies beyond this world. She's shared stories of sensing presences during performances, and even of messages delivered through dreams and visions. Her hit song Born This Way became an anthem of transformation and empowerment, echoing themes of rebirth and spiritual evolution. Gaga's art challenges us to confront the mysteries of existence, identity, and the unseen realms that influence our lives. But Gaga's relationship with the paranormal doesn't stop at symbolism. During the filming of some of her most iconic music videos, crew members reported strange phenomena, unexplained noises, flickering lights, and eerie sensations on set. Whether coincidence or something more, these stories add to the aura that surrounds her work. In the vast silence of the New Mexico desert, a man disappeared, leaving behind only his guitar, a car, and a mystery that has haunted music fans for nearly 50 years. His name was Jim Sullivan. In 1969, Sullivan released an album titled simply, UFO. It was filled with haunting folk rock melodies and cryptic lyrics about driving into the desert, strange lights in the sky, and leaving this earth for good. At the time, it barely made a ripple, but in hindsight, it feels like something far more chilling, a prophecy. On March 4, 1975, Sullivan left Los Angeles and set out alone for Nashville, hoping to revive his struggling music career. But somewhere along the way, something went wrong. He checked into a motel in Santa Rosa, New Mexico, but never slept there. His car was found abandoned at a ranch 26 miles away. Inside were all his belongings, his money, ID, even his guitar. Jim Sullivan was never seen again. Theories exploded. Was he murdered? Did he suffer a mental break and wander off? Or, was his album more than art? Did Jim Sullivan somehow predict, or even orchestrate, his own disappearance? Fans began to pore over his lyrics. Lines like, "shadows of a lifetime, passing like a dream," and "if you walk long enough, your dreams will catch you," now feel hauntingly autobiographical. The title track, UFO, describes being taken away by otherworldly forces. In light of his unexplained vanishing, it doesn't sound like metaphor, it sounds like a warning. To this day, his body has never been found. No confirmed sightings. Just a legacy frozen in time, a single record that seems to echo from beyond. Some say Jim Sullivan was just another forgotten folk singer. Others believe he tapped into something deeper, and was taken because of it. One thing is certain, UFO is more than an album. It's a mystery. A message. And perhaps, a goodbye. Few bands in history have wielded the power and mystique of the Rolling Stones. Known worldwide as the epitome of rock and roll rebellion, their music has become the soundtrack to decades of cultural upheaval, but behind the swagger and fame lies a darker, more mysterious story. From the very beginning, whispers surrounded the band about their ties to the occult. Their 1968 hit, "Sympathy for the Devil," did more than just shock listeners with its provocative lyrics, it opened the door to speculation about secret pacts and hidden messages woven into their music. Mick Jagger's haunting vocals, combined with lyrics that seemed to channel a demonic narrator, led to rumors that the band had made a deal with dark forces to achieve their legendary status. Some fans and critics even claimed that the song was cursed, with eerie coincidences following its release. But the occult rumors weren't confined to just the lyrics. Members of the band have spoken about strange occurrences during recording sessions and tours. Keith Richards, in particular, has described moments when the band's energy felt possessed, as if something beyond the physical was fueling their creativity. There are tales of haunted hotels where the Stones stayed, rooms where furniture mysteriously moved on its own, shadows darted just beyond sight, and chilling voices whispered in empty hallways. During one notorious tour in the late 1960s, several band members reported seeing ghostly figures backstage and experiencing sudden cold spots that defied explanation. Even their instruments seemed touched by the supernatural. Stories abound of guitars that played notes on their own, amplifiers turning on without power, and recording tapes that captured strange, unexplainable sounds. Adding to the mystique is the band's longtime fascination with occult and mystical symbols, from Mick Jagger's use of tarot imagery to album art inspired by esoteric themes. Their connection to infamous occult figures, like Aleister Crowley, further fueled speculation that the Stones' music was more than mere rock, it was a ritual. Whether these stories are myth, exaggeration, or truth, they have become an inseparable part of the Rolling Stones' legacy, a reminder that sometimes, artistic genius walks hand in hand with the paranormal. In the end, the Rolling Stones aren't just a band, they're a legend where rock and roll and the supernatural collide, challenging us to ask, what unseen forces might be behind the music that moves us? In the age of TikTok and trap beats, it's easy to overlook the paranormal. But some of the darkest symbolism in modern music lives in plain sight, and few artists embody that mystery more than Lil Uzi Vert. His music is infectious, futuristic, and filled with swagger, but beneath the surface, something much darker simmers. Fans were the first to notice it. Album covers resembling ancient cult iconography. Cryptic tweets and deleted posts hinting at mass damnation. And then there was Eternal Atake, his 2020 album, directly inspired by Heaven's Gate, the infamous doomsday cult behind one of the largest mass suicides in US history. The original Eternal Atake artwork mimicked the Heaven's Gate logo so closely that the remaining cult members actually threatened legal action. But Uzi didn't back down. He doubled down. He tweeted things like, "You're all going to hell with me," then deleted them. He made veiled references to not being human anymore. In interviews, he talked about ascending, and in lyrics, he referenced control, eternity, and soul removal. Then there's the name, Lil Uzi Vert. Fans noticed that when said quickly, it sounds eerily close to Lucifer. Was it intentional? Uzi's never confirmed. But the ambiguity only fuels the myth. In 2021, he had a $24 million pink diamond implanted in his forehead. Online, fans linked the act to everything from chakra manipulation to demonic symbolism. Some claimed it was a third eye portal, others said it was a ritual gone public. When the diamond was ripped out during a concert, conspiracy theories exploded. Uzi's fascination with space, death, alien gods, and rebellion has created a bizarre digital religion. Fans don't just follow his music, they decode it, like scripture. His persona blends hip-hop with horror, fashion with the metaphysical, and fame with folklore. Is Lil Uzi Vert trolling the world? Playing with cult imagery for shock value? Or is he something else entirely, a reflection of the internet's new age of paranoia, prophecy, and fame-fueled hauntings? Whatever the truth, his music leaves behind more than a beat. It leaves a question: in a world where art is everywhere, could we be worshipping something we don't fully understand? From dusty crossroads in Mississippi, to luxury stages bathed in LED light, from cursed black metal basements, to operatic symphonies designed to end the world, these artists have walked a path few dare to follow. What unites them isn't just talent. It's that in reaching for something beyond, something divine, forbidden, or otherworldly, they found themselves face to face with the unknown. Some claimed inspiration struck like lightning. Others believed it whispered through dreams, shadows, or even the dead. But maybe the real question isn't where the genius comes from. It's what comes with it. Are these artists truly haunted by spirits, forces, or fate? Or are we witnessing something even stranger, a glimpse into how creativity itself might be a portal to the unknown? I would like to thank our members and subscribers for the support, and also, let me know if I have missed some artists that are claimed to be haunted. Thanks for watching.